The virtue of scandal. The year was 1814, and the town of Bath shimmered beneath a hesitant spring sun, its streets alive with gossip, ribbons, and carriage wheels. To the genteel and the ambitious, Bath was a place of opportunity. To Miss Clara Wexley, it was a gilded cage. At 23, Clara possessed the kind of beauty that drew admiration and mischief. Her dark curls never obeyed the comb, and her wit, sharper still, had the peculiar habit of unsettling suitors rather than charming them. "You would do well," her mother often sighed, "to speak less and smile more." But Clara had never been one to trade honesty for applause. The Wexleys' modest inheritance had long since thinned, and Bath, with its promise of eligible gentlemen and marriageable daughters, was a last, desperate theater for hope. Yet Clara had no taste for the masquerade. "I shall never marry for convenience," she declared at breakfast one morning, "unless convenience should prove as thrilling as affection." Her mother nearly dropped her teacup. The encounter. It was at a charity recital at the Assembly Rooms that Clara first met Lord Nathaniel Harbury, a man so composed that even his frown seemed rehearsed. Widowed at 30, he had built his fortune upon precision, industry, propriety, and the severe regulation of feeling. Rumor held that he had never smiled since his wife's death. Rumor, Clara decided, was entirely correct. Their first exchange was brief, but combustible. "I take it you are fond of music, Miss Wexley?" he asked, his tone suggesting skepticism rather than curiosity. "Very much, my lord," she replied. "It has the rare advantage of being both honest and expressive, qualities not always found in conversation." A faint lift of his brow. "Then you value sincerity above civility?" "Only when civility requires deceit." He said nothing more, but the next morning, her name, and her remark, were on half the lips in Bath. The scandal. By the week's end, a true scandal broke. Clara's younger sister, Marianne, had vanished with Mr. Halbert, a fortune hunter of impeccable charm and no income. The Wexley home erupted in panic. Their mother took to her room with smelling salts. Their father, resigned, muttered only that ruin was an efficient teacher. It was Lord Harbury who called the next morning, letter in hand. His ward, a young man under his guardianship, had also disappeared, and in the same direction as Marianne. "They've fled toward Bristol," he said grimly. "If we act swiftly, there may yet be time." Clara hesitated only long enough to fetch her cloak. The journey. The journey was cold and swift. Rain lashed against the coach windows as they rattled across the countryside. For hours they spoke little, save for brief bursts of accusation. "You might have prevented this," Clara said once, glaring through the misted glass. "And you, Miss Wexley," he countered, "might have advised your sister more wisely." Her hands tightened in her lap. "Do you imagine affection is a matter of discipline?" "I imagine that indulgence disguised as affection leads only to ruin." Their eyes met and held. Something raw flickered between them, fragile as lightning and twice as dangerous. By midnight, they found the fugitives at an inn on the outskirts of Bristol. There were tears, reproaches, and relief in equal measure. But when Clara confronted her sister, she saw in her eyes not guilt, but fear and love. The realization struck like cold air. She had been too harsh, too proud. So, it seemed, had Lord Harbury. The return. Days later, as society buzzed with the scandal they had narrowly averted, Clara found herself at the pump room once more. Harbury stood by the window, distant, immaculate, unreadable. "I hear your sister is to be married properly after all," he said. "She is," Clara replied. "Love, it seems, sometimes survives our good sense." A pause. "And you? Have you found any faith left in affection?" "Perhaps," she said softly, "if it's affection tempered with forgiveness." He smiled, the smallest, most astonishing smile, and she felt the room tilt. For the first time, Bath's endless performance seemed to fade, leaving only the pulse between them. Epilogue. The following season, society learned that Lord Harbury had remarried. The announcement, of course, caused both shock and delight. Clara never forgot their first quarrel, nor the scandal that bound them. But she came to see in him not arrogance, but restraint, the armor of a man who had once loved and lost too deeply. And Nathaniel, for his part, learned that truth need not always be polite to be kind. Each morning, as sunlight spilled across their drawing room, he would look at her and murmur, half in jest, "You are still far too honest, Mrs. Harbury." And she would reply, "Then you must love me all the more for it."